quick rebuild. I've already got new parts out. I got new center frame, new shaft, actuating posts, what the old ones look like. See? Definitely not a good operation mode. I threw the shaft out already. It was completely shot. And then the actuating pawl has one of the tooths that's a little bit smaller, so she was probably skipping when it goes to go over the 1,000 or 10,000. Which is not a good thing, being that you have to repeat or rerun the jobs every time. Alright. Cleaning up some little things. Usually a Graphic Whizard or whatever comes in for repair. If it's this damaged, like all the parts in the shaft, this is very, very expensive to get, but it can be repaired. It's saved more than half price of a new machine these days. Okay, let's go. Just give a little bit of a run through with just a light, very lightly. Takes the burrs off. Same with the shafts. See when they're milled, you can feel just a little bit. Don't go crazy at all. That should go smooth now. There you go. Just that little bit. Alright. These are of different thicknesses, and I want a thick one. I gotta check my wheels first. This has to be put back correctly. If it's not, then it makes all sorts of mess. And that is correct. No, it's not. You can see that there's gaps. Should be consistent all the way through it. You shouldn't see a lip on here. Come on, kitty. There. That was the position it was. 2 males, 2 females, and it was in the wrong position. This should fit up perfectly now. See, it's perfectly square in there, even though it's dirty. If it's flush, it's correct. Bring up the ink. You give her a good spray when it's done. With WD and it'll rinse everything out. I want you. Where are you? There you are. Just make sure that all matter between the wheels and the deeper notch. I've already roughly cleaned these already. Not roughly, 99%. And this is the last. Done. Alright. Let's put you back together, make sure you're correct. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, so 1 thick brass washer. You got to make sure these are on correct too, because if they're backwards they don't turn. Come on, get on there, little guy, little gal. And another thick one. Lucky it's another thick one. So there's thin, all different sizes and thicknesses. Sorry, all different thicknesses, same size. One more thick one, and then the rest should be thin, I'm hoping. One more thick one. This seems to be the scale, because now you attach the unit wheel and it has to line up with this drag tooth, the drag tooth. If it's, where are we? If it's too close, she rubs onto the tooth. Too far away, it pinches on the wheels on with the rest of the frame. You see what I mean? And that looks pretty sweet, actually. I'm going to put my other wheels in. Make sure they're all in the same direction. Slide my... Okay, there is clearance. You put your little spacer wheel. Just keep adding washes till it's fairly snug. And that looks like it'll be snug there. Well, it might even be a little tight. We'll see though. Come on, shaft to shaft. You'll tell by putting it through, and the wheels are too tight. So that was pretty tight, I'll tell you. See, it's got to line up in that little tooth. There, see? Does not go all the way through. And let's see if they fly. Ooh, there. Much nicer, much snugger. I was concerned about the positioning of the pin. Look at that. Retaining poly. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That will work. Now we get our... Here's the little screw. That screw. Where's the shaft? Come on, shaft. What did I do with it? I hate this looking right at something and it's never there. Oh, shaft's already inside. Can't do it. Shaft has a hole. There. Pinhole. Where is it? Can you see it? Can't see the camera very well. I'm gotta get you videoing onto my computer, then I can see what I'm looking at. This the pin fits in, the screw screws through the shaft, or through the inner frame, and then it locks into the hole that's already positioned in the shaft. And to make sure she doesn't come out, give you a little shot of the blue. It'll hold it in there forever, and fairly easy to come out. But if it's red, you ain't moving it. It's not gonna happen. I don't use red. Red goop. Okay, now this should go in fairly smoothly, right? Can you see that? Can you see that there? Come on. There we go. What the screw is doing is actually making a groove in the later metal alloys walls, and she does lock. It's a bit to get it in the first time, but then she comes out and it's when you really need the blue. Alright. Put it right to the frame. Yes, this is normal. I'm tapping a screw tapping, using it so it uses its own screw pattern to groove. It's got a lock, and that's locked. Okay, get our brush with a file. in case any burrs on the screw, which doesn't touch anything anyways, just makes it look pretty. Make it look pretty. I decided to do this video thing. My daughter is such a cool kid. Same with my son. Man. It's nice to see my kids glow. Alright. Doesn't matter the positioning, what your numbers are in as of yet. Just going to clean up a little bit of a red spot. Should have run over the wire brush again, but I didn't. Okay, I'm going to back you up again. You can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay. Next step. Aligning all the retaining pawls in between the wheels. They ought to be nicely flush. Now, retaining pawl springs. Okay, now they were, you line up this, you'll see that there's a difference between the left and the right. You line up the small ones. The small ones, actually, where's it? Small ones go on the inside. There's a slight bend there. I don't know whether you can see it. Slight bend. I'm just going to kind of semi-straighten that. Let me think what I got here. Just put a hairline more bend in it. And that stuff, that's what the problem is. Redo this. And a little on the front. She was way out. All right. And you just start them to get them in a little bit so they know where they're going. These are self-tapping screws, these. Alright. They'll be aligned in the wheels, but I can bring them down very close. I have to align these retaining pawls so it doesn't overlap and it doesn't leave a space. Just down on it and I tighten one up, usually the center, as much as possible so it pinches it. There we go. Let me double check everything looks in alignment and everything will work fine. And then I cinch it with this. There you go. Perfect. That sounds nice. Moving smoothly. Yeah, 49 good. I start at. 10,000 and 100,000 are drop zero wheels, so they should countersink. Just a little past the 9, and she drops into position. With the nicks in the shaft, it doesn't allow you to do that, and then you always get a ghosting of one of these wheels. Come on, kitty. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Next, take shaft. Put on your washer. Always don't forget the washer. Okay. We have pad holder, guide, pad holder lever, guide, pad holder. Oh, wait, that pad holds. No, it's good. And then repeat the opposite on this side. Make sure it drops into the pad holder. Hold it. Put this here. Now there's going to be one more test. That is, when it goes into the frame, it can't wobble like crazy, because now what I'm doing is, as I align the retaining pawls to the pin, I have to retain the inner frame to the outer frame and the actuating pawl. So the easiest way of doing that, bring it down position and see the wobble in the wheels to make sure that these actuating pawls drop in between those wheels evenly. If there's too much play, it won't. And this looks, let me think, that's pretty good, man. Okay, 1. So you take it out. I need to put the brass shim on this side. I'm going to put it on there to see if it makes that much of a difference. Put it in between the lever and the guide. Replace the back and give her another wiggle. You want it to run perfectly smooth. Yeah, that's nice. It has to have a little play, but this actuating pawl always has to be able to be in alignment with the center of the wheels. If it's way too over and one hits the wheel, then these wear off. And sometimes even from the factory they're worn, which is, I have to realign them on it to get them. I'm going to do another one on the opposite side. Where are you? Nope. Another thin one. Tell me you're a thin one, please. Ooh, you're a thin one. I want to go this way. I have one on each side now. One on the opposite side is a little bit thicker. Now that's, see, next to no play, and these teeth will fall within that. I can't see it very well. Wait, let me get the angle. There. But they all fall within the perimeter of that. If they're way too over, she hits the wheel, this wears, this causes mayhem. Alright. Yeah, let's do this first. No, I don't want. Yeah, I can do this first. I do it differently every time. What I do is I usually hold the frame up to see how far this drops. And that's not too bad. I don't like it much more than that, but I'm just going to give this U-spring a release. That's not that bad. Usually try to do just a hairline over the tip. Then what you do is you take your C-clamp. I usually give it a little bit of a torque. Just a hair. You don't want it flying across the room. Draw down the spring, slip in there. Come on, get in there, kitty. There. And make sure it doesn't line up on that. Okay. Easy give her a, just to make sure. Now we're going to do our, attach our pad holder with our, what I do need is my blue goo. Put it on the threads. The one drop is usually good. There. Okay. It's going to line perfectly in the hole of the ink pad. It gets off, it moves, and it won't work, and it'll tell you, hey, something's wrong. Drop this one and line it into the opposite side. Yeah, I got it. You feel it. Okay. Then take Brutus, and that's Brutus. Give her one good squeeze so that Loctite sets in there pretty good. I usually give it an hour, and then I have to, if I have to remove it, she's pretty darn tight after an hour. A little brush. Goofy looking burrs. You go in there, you're done, and you're not in there. I'll put you in here anyways. Oh, straight down here, nothing. Nothing. Alright. Ready to test it, and I'm pretty sure it's working. Clean it up a bit here. I always like to start a new job. And the old job is actually complete. Okay. Because every job is different tools. I mean the same tools, but the different ones I pull out. I might use you. Okay. Let's test her. I'll put it on consecutive first. The actuating pawl drops. When it's done number one drops into consecutive position. Let's see if it goes one. Oh yes, beautifully. I usually bring it over to the 00. There, drop. Did it? Try repeat 2. 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's repeat 3. Repeat 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Repeat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Back to consecutive, and I go to bring it over to all zeros. 19, 18, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And she goes to all 9s. And that's the game! Give her your WD. And a wee bit of a wipe. And a wee bit of a wipe. So that's a total rebuild by Inca. Be-ding.